There's no such thing as conservative that you're getting on any kind of news platform, and certainly not cable news. I hate to break it to you, but we've got to talk about this because you are deluding yourself into believing that somehow you're being given some diet of conservatism. Patriots, let's rip the Band-Aid off right now. There is no such thing as conservative media. None. What you're being spoon-fed today, dressed up as conservatism, branded as conservatism, and marketed as conservatism, is absolutely nothing more than a product, a simulation, a watered-down, globalist-approved, sanitized version of the real thing. And the very fact that millions of people keep mistaking it for the genuine article tells you a lot. It tells you, in fact, everything that you need to know about the times that we're living in right now. So listen carefully. Let me explain this to you. I'll give you the perfect analogy. Orange juice versus orange drink. You know the difference. One is the real thing. Squeezed, squozen from the fruit, rich, unprocessed, full of life, vitamins, nutrients, the real thing. Just a liquefied version of an orange. The other is some concoction, some simulacrum, sugar, dye, artificial color, water, a little bit of fizz. It's not orange juice, it's orange drink, or maybe aid, if you really want to stretch it. It's a fake, a fraud, fugazi, a stand-in that tricks you with color and branding but delivers none of the substance. It's all packaging. It's like when you open up a bag of chips and there's nothing in there but air. That, my friends, is conservative media today. That's what's called conservative on your television, on cable news, on your various presets, on streaming networks built by corporate conglomerates. It's not conservatism at all. It's orange drink. Manufactured, processed, engineered, and designed not to nourish you, not to tell you the truth, but to pacify you, to tell you a watered-down, dilute version of what they think could pass for conservatism. Now understand this. The people who own the platforms, the corporations who sign the checks, the advertisers who fund the airtime, they're not conservative. They're not pro-Trump. They're not pro-sovereignty. They're not pro-America first. They're globalist, multinationalist, WEF, G7 Davos freaks, UN Agenda 2030, Agenda 21 freaks, investors and the investor class and shareholders and stakeholders in the perpetuation of this globalist nonsense. Those who care only about maintaining access and control, and they tolerate conservative voices the way a zoo tolerates exotic animals, caged and tamed and carefully fed so they don't break the bars, so they're docile, so you can look at it and think you see it, but that's not the real McCoy. Broken, learned helplessness. And what you're being handed every night and every day is not conservative media. It's a conservative product. It's a I don't know why. Again, I keep using the word simulacrum, and there's a huge difference. Real conservatism is fiery, it's unapologetic, it's principles, it's rooted in faith, family, sovereignty, liberty, Americanism, America first, liberty, our country. But a conservative product? That's what happens when corporate PR departments run the show. They give you a little taste of outrage, a soundbite of populism, some schmaltz here, some pablum here, maybe a segment or two about, I don't know, crime or taxes, but always capped, always watered down, always safe. No hits, no runs, no errors. It's a limited hangout. That's the Intel community term. You've heard me talk about it a million times. A little leak, a little truth, a little amuse-bouche for the starving masses, just enough to make you think you're hearing the truth, while the real truth stays buried. Conservative product is the illusion of authenticity without the danger of authenticity. Now think about it. If it's on cable news, it's no good, period. If it's filtered through multinational corporate ownership, it's compromised. It's dilute. It's de minimis, period. If it's bankrolled by advertisers, terrified of upsetting ESG scores and woke HR departments and DEI lunatics in these ghouls or global market access, it's not conservative. It's orange drink. Cracker Barrel, Bud Light, come to mind? You're not watching conservative anything. You're watching a business model. You're watching an entertainment product dressed up as news. It's a simulation. It's a reenactment, like a Civil War reenactor. It's like a cover band. And the people delivering it, some of whom you may admire, some you might like, some you might think are funny or attractive or all of the above, are often more brand managers than truth tellers. And they're going to do nothing to compromise the multi-million-dollar salaries they get. They know the boundaries. They know their own limitations. They know the red lines. They know the third rail. They know what's off limits. And you're going to hear plenty about the border crisis. But will they explain how globalist trade deals engineered it? Hell no. You'll hear about woke insanity in schools, but will they tell you how corporations profit from gender confusion and medicalizing of kids and children? You'll hear a little bit about discussions of maybe getting to the truth regarding vaccines, but what you end up hearing is red dye number 3 and Fruit Loops. I don't think that's what you're talking about. I don't think that's what your intentions were. It wasn't mine. You'll get endless talk and chatter about crime in cities, but will they connect the dots to Soros-funded prosecutors, to NGO money laundering, or the destruction of national sovereignty? Hell no. Because that would be orange juice, the real thing. And the networks only deal in orange drink. See? Look, here's the truth. If you're still expecting cable news to deliver conservatism, you're in denial. The real conservative voices, the raw and unfiltered ones, are not on your TV screen at 8 p.m. or during the day on anything involving cable. They're not brought to you by pharmaceutical companies and insurance conglomerates or Silicon Valley advertisers. Real conservatism lives on the margins, on independent broadcasts, podcasts, Substack, streaming channels, in the trenches of local activism, in the pulpits, in the town halls, in the voices that aren't bought and paid for. Here. This is it. And that's exactly why the system works overtime, to marginalize those of us who provide these voices. Because the second you taste the orange juice, the unfiltered truth, you ain't going back to that drink business. Once you've seen through the simulation, the simulacrum, the phony substitute, you can't unsee it. And that's dangerous to the machine. Now think about the formula. Every night, every day, cable conservative hosts serve you just enough outrage to keep you hooked. They'll rail against Biden's senility, or they'll mock the latest woke stunt. They'll give you a poll that shows Trump rising. And then what? Nothing. No solutions, no real targets, no deep dives, just entertainment dressed as rebellion. The kind of rebellion the advertisers can live with, that they'll tolerate. Do you know why it feels unsatisfying? Why you can't watch hours of this so-called conservative content and still feel like you haven't been told anything really real? Because you haven't. You haven't been told anything. It's like empty calories. You've been given the orange drink, sweet and colorful, but empty. No vitamins, no nourishment, no depth, no sustenance, no satiety. And meanwhile, the real battles rage on. The destruction of the dollar, the weaponization of AI, the destruction of our families and children, the targeting and predation of our children, the dismantling of sovereignty through trade deals, the re-engineering of humanity itself, transhumanism off the rails through biotech, the subversion of law through global courts, surveillance societies. Do you see those topics unpacked with surgical honesty on conservative media? Ever hear anybody talk about 9/11? About the truth, about anything, but geoengineering? Have you ever heard anybody mention anything about geoengineering ever? Except a little bit from Marjorie Taylor Greene or a little bit from Lee Zeldin, and they're mocked? Of course not. You're not going to hear any of this because the people funding your nightly cable news or daily cable news, they don't want you anywhere near those truths. And yet, millions of good, decent, hard-working Americans like you still sit in front of their TVs thinking they're consulting and consuming, really, conservatism. But they're not. They're consuming a product. Packaged, pasteurized, corporatized, safe, orange drink, not orange juice. See, it's time to stop soft-soaping history. It's time to stop pretending the phony substitute is the real thing, because every minute you waste on orange drink conservatism is a minute you're not demanding the truth. Every dollar you send to those conglomerates is a dollar you're not sending to independent voices. Every moment you indulge the product is a moment you deny yourself the real stuff, the real juice. So patriots, hear me loud and clear. If it's on cable news, it's compromised. If it's delivered by multinational corporations, it's neutered, it's dilute. If it comes with globalist fingerprints on the ownership structure, it's phony. Stop drinking orange drink. Demand orange juice. Because this country doesn't need more products, it needs more truth. It doesn't need more simulations, it needs substance. And it doesn't need more manufactured conservatism, it needs the real thing. So, my friend, the next time you flip on your cable TV set or whatever, and hear someone tell you they're giving you the conservative take, remember the metaphor. Ask yourself, is this juice or is this drink? Am I getting the raw fruit of the truth, or am I getting some handed down colored sugar water by some globalist bottlers? It may be a cute analogy, but it's perfect, because the future of conservatism depends on that question. The survival of America depends on that answer. Orange drink or orange juice? The fake or the real? The product or the truth? Choose wisely, my friends. Listen to me carefully. Thank you for letting me into your heart and in your mind and your being and in your space. Please like this video. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Whatever you do, also, please, I beg you to. This is important. To subscribe. 80-something% of the people who watch us don't subscribe. I don't know why, but let's fix that. Okay? All right, my friends. Thank you for watching. And now comment as you see fit.